Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal. Y'all already know at Deem by any means. There go to Cash App. $ Deem by any means. Hey, listen, man, everybody that be showing support in the PayPal, the Cash Apps is much appreciated because as y'all know, that's the best way to sit up there and support. And everybody that be in the shoot super chats, man, showing love. I truly appreciate y'all, man, everybody who be donating to the channel, man. It is because I know y'all don't have to do it and y'all all working hard the same way I am. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $3, $30, or $300. Is much, much, much appreciated. Shakur, man, I was gonna make this about you and Tank, but I'll do that later. Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, if y'all go on y'all Twitter, I don't know if y'all have Twitter, but if you don't, then they are going crazy back and forth towards each other, saying Tank saying you ain't fight nobody, and you this and you that. Shakur saying I did this, I did that. You scared of me? You already know. But I got to make this video about Shakur Stevenson because everybody who follows me, they all understand that I don't play favorites. I don't, even though I have favorite fighters, but I keep it straight down the board with every single fighter, whether I like you or don't. And Shakur, I would love to criticize Gervonta Davis for not fighting you because y'all do have to fight, sir, especially now. Y'all have to fight. Y'all not fighting is not an option no more. Forget Devin and Tank. You have more pressure on you to fight Gervonta Davis than Devin Haney do. Why do you think? Because Devin Haney is at 140, and if Devin Haney becomes undisputed at 140, people aren't going to care that he didn't fight Tank. Not as much as they would care as Shakur not fighting them in the same weight division. See, Shakur, you're in a tricky situation because you're one of the three guys, one of the four, you'll put Loma in there, that people, well, one of the guys that actually want when people want Tank to fight. The problem is Devin has already moved to 140 and has so much competition there of a lot of fights that people not sure that he's going to win, that even if he don't fight Tank, people like me are going to cooking. People are like a bunch of other YouTube channels and guys that I know, they're going to say something about it that he should still fight Tank. But I mean, the mass public is going to be like, yeah, we hear you on Tank, but he done fought Pitbull, he fought Tio, and he fought Sabril Matias and won all of them. So we hear you. But you can't sneeze at that, and I couldn't. Shakur, Bob Arum sat right next to you in your face, my God. We all watched it. You was right there. He did an interview right while you was next to him and said, I listen, y'all, and said this verbatim. I have no reason to make a fight with Gervonta Davis when I have fighters here that I'm trying to make fights with when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Yes. And I'm not going to make a fight with Gervonta Davis unless he comes to Top Rank. That's what Bob Arum says. Your problem is, Shakur, and why I got to criticize you, my guy. Because if you don't leave Bob Arum, and Bob Arum told you that to your face, to my face, to the world's face, what his intentions is of how he's planning on moving you. You was just upset a couple months ago and wanted to retire that you wasn't getting the Loma fight or the Navarrete fight, correct? And then now he got you fighting. You're talking about Bob. You're talking about Frank Martin, Duck Chew, but you're about to fight Frank Martin's leftovers. You can't say nothing about Frank Martin fighting Tank when you're about to fight Frank and Frank Martin ducking you when you're about to fight Frank Martin's leftovers that he already beat. No, my guy. Devin and Tank got better fights than you coming up. That is a fact. So you're about to be a free agent, my guy. Either you're going to go over and make the fight happen with Tank, or you have to be quiet, Shakur. Everybody knows if you want to fight Canelo, if you want to fight Tank, that you're going to, the PBC will have that fight. Everybody knows that. You could be the biggest Devin Haney fan and Shakur Stevenson fan But the one thing that we would know you was a true fanboy on, if you tried to deny that PBC would be the promotional company putting on this fight. So we all can agree, right? If you want to fight Canelo or Tank, and they are signed with the PBC, that the only way to fight them, the one thing that you have to understand is that they are going to be the ones putting on the fight. Y'all will be fighting on Amazon Prime, and it will be through PBC, even if it's cross promotional. Yes. It is on Shakur that if you're going to stay with Bob Arum, Shakur, then it is your job to convince Bob Arum to go make that fight happen for you. Kinda how your idol, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence did with Terrence Crawford, but the difference is, though, Shakur, the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world did what I am telling you have to do, my guy. If Terrence Crawford had to do it for Earl, and Gervonta is a bigger fight and a bigger name than even Earl Spence is, then what do you think you have to do? You sat there and let Bob say that right in front of your face while you scratched your afro. Shakur Stevenson, you are one of my favorite fighters, my guy. I hate to do this to you. You are one of my favorite fighters. I was one of the people still seeing you special after the De Los Santos fight. Me. But people listen to me and watch me because they love this type of content, that I keep it real. So what you need to do, if you're going to sign with Bob Arum and re-sign, because you are about to be a free agent, then, my guy, you know what you have to do? You have to convince Bob Arum to make that fight happen. And before you sign with Top Rank, that has to be in the agreement that you are going to do everything you can to make that Gervonta Davis fight. If that is not going to be what you do, my guy, then it's on you to put your big boy pants on. I don't care if you got to fire Jay Prince as your manager. Whatever it is that you have to do to make that fight for your career, you do. I'm going to tell y'all the other reason why. Y'all stay with me. This is very informative. Stay with me, y'all. Because the 3 fights that the PBC can offer you, my guy, are 3 better fights than even what Top Rank can offer you with belts on the line. Let's talk about it. What you talking about, Dean? Well, let me cook. What Dean is talking about is Tank Davis, De Los Santos, and Frank Martin are bigger money fights, legacy fights, incredible fights for Shakur Stevenson. The PBC has 3 better fights that would boost Shakur Stevenson's career in every single way. And the PBC is the only place that can offer you 3 fights, my guy, that already have storylines built behind them. You and Gervonta is a bigger fight than you and Lomachenko with the belt on the line. But guess what, y'all? If he fought Gervonta, the belt would probably be on the line. Gervonta's WBA belt probably would be on the line. Stay with me, people, please. You versus Navarrete is not a fight nobody wants to see more than a De Los Santos 2 or you versus Frank Martin. And then the third fight they can offer you, Ken Boses, Maxie Hughes, any of those guys, it's enough to be said about that. I don't have to go any further as far as that. Now, if you are telling me that you would like Shakur Stevenson to fight Loma, Navarrete, and a Cambosis probably in that mix, right? Or even a Williams Zepeda, because Oscar be willing to do cross promotionals more than everybody else because we understand the situation that Golden Boy is in, right? Those 3 fights aren't better than Gervonta, De Los Santos, and Frank Martin, because De Los Santos, everybody is clamoring that you rematch because of your last performance. That's one. Frank Martin, because of the storyline about him ducking you to fight Gervonta Davis, and y'all hold back and forth that had the internet on fire. So there's interest in that fight. Then Gervonta Davis is I don't have to say anymore. You win all three of those fights, you'll be number two, number three, number one, pound for pound. I guarantee you on everybody's single list. If you walk away the victor of all those three fights, even more. You will get even more respect and credit for those three fights than you would for the Loma, Navarrete, and Cambosis, guaranteed. Because guess what? The PBC can also make that fourth fight happen for you with Williams Zepeda also. Yeah. They can get that fight too because Oscar be willing to do business with them as well, Ryan and Tank. So you could get Zepeda too over there, so that'd be four fights. Shakur Stevenson, do the right thing or stop mentioning Gervonta Davis' name. I would love to be critical of Gervonta Davis right now, but out of all of you, he's the only one fighting a top five, top three guy at that weight division right now. You're not about to do that. You have in Fort Loma and you have in Fort Navarrete, and a lot is not your fault, and that's why I'm telling you to do these moves. You can't criticize what Tank is doing when you wanted to fight the same guy that Tank is fighting, and he stopped fighting you to fight that man. You got to make it happen, my guy, or leave a man name out of your mouth. This internet stuff, this is why they call you Shakur Twitterson. This internet stuff, no. You need to be making sure your business is lined up properly. And Shakur, I am telling you to do this not because I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of any promotional company. I have no reason to be because I like good fights. This Arthur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol card is amazing and immaculate, and I'm going to pay for it and watch it, and I wish I can go. I don't care about that. I care about what needs to take place to get the fights that I actually want to see. What needs to take place that'll be the betterment of fighters that I really like career. And you going to the PBC and making that happen where it's very smooth, where you're going to get your biggest bag, your most credit, and you already have three fights that are built in and already have a storyline. And then you could get the Williams Zepeda fight that will even add even more to your legacy. So y'all know what this is, man. Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.